New details have emerged about the Iheanacho situation, and they do not make Celtic look good. We also have a Celtic goalkeeper target who has come out publicly and confirmed he wants to leave his current club, a transfer target who has decided to snub Celtic for another destination, and a Hearts player who is lying awake at night still thinking about what happened at Celtic Park on the last day of the season. A packed morning. Let's get into it. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Elijah Just is set to complete a record move to Swansea City, ending any remaining hope that Celtic might still be in the running for the Motherwell winger after a standout season in the Scottish Premiership. Just had a brilliant year at Fir Park and caught the eye of clubs across Europe. Celtic were among those credited with monitoring his progress, and it was easy to see why. He is quick, direct, productive, and still only coming into the peak years of his career. His form for New Zealand at the World Cup added another layer to the interest, with the winger scoring twice against Iran before netting again against Belgium. But it is Swansea who have won the race, and they are reportedly paying a club record fee for Motherwell to secure his signature. The move will see Just link up with two familiar faces in South Wales. Former Celtic defender Stephen Welsh, who had an excellent loan spell at Motherwell last season before Celtic agreed to release him permanently, is already at Swansea, as is Adam Idah, who joined the Welsh club last summer and contributed 6 goals and 2 assists in his first championship campaign. For Celtic, this is another target who has gone elsewhere at a time when the squad badly needs reinforcing. Just would have added exactly the kind of direct pace and energy that Celtic are missing from wide areas. He is heading to England instead, and Celtic are still looking. Now for the main story, as fresh details about Kelechi Iheanacho's wage at his new club have emerged, and they cast serious doubt on the narrative Celtic put out about why the deal collapsed. Iheanacho left Celtic this summer after the club confirmed they could not agree terms on a new contract. Reports at the time suggested the Nigerian striker had priced himself out of the deal by demanding wages of around £47,000 per week, having initially agreed to something considerably lower. That figure was widely repeated and largely went unchallenged, giving the impression Celtic had done everything they could to keep the player. Now, Turkish sources have revealed the details of Iheanacho's deal with newly promoted second division side Bursaspor. The striker is reportedly earning around £1.3 million per year at his new club, which works out at approximately £25,000 per week. That is a dramatically different number from the £47,000 that was reported. Celtic, based on earlier coverage, were offering somewhere between £12,000 and £17,000 per week when negotiations broke down. The gap between what Celtic offered and what Iheanacho ultimately accepted is far smaller than supporters were led to believe. There are factors that could explain some of the difference. Signing on fees, loyalty bonuses, and a 3-year contract offering long-term security can all change the picture significantly, but the weekly wage figure alone raises real questions. A striker who scored crucial goals in a title run-in and a Scottish Cup final has ended up at a second division Turkish side for roughly £25,000 per week, and Celtic could not meet that at a time when supporters are already frustrated by a slow transfer window and a squad that looks weaker than last season. This story is only going to make things worse. In other news, Celtic's pursuit of a goalkeeper has taken a positive step after Radek Vitek publicly confirmed he is ready to leave Manchester United and has interest from multiple clubs on the table. Vitek is 22 years old and has never made a senior appearance for United despite joining the club back in 2020. He has built up his experience through loan spells at Accrington Stanley, Austrian side Blau-Weiß Linz, and most recently Bristol City in the Championship, where he performed solidly throughout the second half of last season. Celtic News understands Celtic are actively looking to bring in a goalkeeper who can genuinely compete with Viljami Sinisalo for the number 1 jersey. Sinisalo established himself during last season's run-in and played a key role in delivering the title, but the club want real competition behind him rather than simply a backup option. Vitek speaking publicly about his situation is significant. He said, "I'm ready to go somewhere again and hopefully be number 1, There have been a few interests on the table. We're hoping to choose the best one, and hopefully it will happen soon. My mind is the same. I want to play every week, and that's the goal for next season. Those are the words of a player who has made a decision and is ready to move. The question is the price. Manchester United are reportedly asking for up to £10 million, which is a significant fee for a goalkeeper who is yet to play a senior game for the club. Celtic will need to decide whether Vitek is the right profile at that cost or whether a different option can be found for less. In other news, Celtic youngster Colby Donovan has addressed the slow transfer window directly, admitting that even his friends are pestering him about when new signings are coming before backing the board to get the right deals done. Donovan is one of the homegrown talents who has been steadily building his profile within the first team setup under Martin O'Neill. He is well placed to know the mood inside the dressing room, and his comments today give a real sense of how the squad feels about the summer so far. Speaking to the Herald, Donovan said that questions about transfers come up all the time from people outside the club, but that the player's job is simply to focus on their own performances. He said, "You have to put your trust in the board that they'll make the right decisions. We just go out on the park and play our football." He also had positive things to say about Camilo Duran, the Colombian forward who arrived for £5.5 million and has scored twice in 2 pre-season appearances. Donovan said of Duran, "He looks really sharp. You see him pressing centre-halves and goalkeepers. He's tidy on the ball and has a nice left foot. He looks hard to play against, and I certainly wouldn't want to defend against him. It's been a big boost for us with him coming in, and hopefully there will be a few more new faces." That final line is the one everyone will have latched onto. Donovan wants more signings. The squad wants more signings. The supporters certainly want more signings. Duran's arrival has been a bright spot, but Celtic head into the final stretch of pre-season with a squad that is still light in several key areas. The new season starts in 2 weeks. Lastly, Hearts centre-back Stuart Findlay has revealed that the pain of last season's title day defeat at Celtic Park is still with him, admitting in an honest interview that the memory continues to keep him up at night. Celtic won the league on the final day with a dramatic comeback, coming from behind to beat Hearts 3-1 at Celtic Park and clinch the title. For the players who came to Glasgow needing a result to win the championship, the experience was crushing. Hearts had come agonisingly close. Findlay did not try to hide how difficult he still finds it. Speaking ahead of the new season, he said, "You don't have to tell me how disappointing last year was. I'd be lying if I said I'm completely over it. That's not the case. Sometimes you lie in your bed and think about that day at Celtic." That is a powerful quote. It shows just how much last season's title meant, not just to Celtic supporters, but to the clubs that came so close to ending the Parkhead dominance. For Celtic fans, this kind of interview is always satisfying. There is a real edge between these two clubs now, and both will be going into the new season with plenty of motivation. Hearts are heading into European football themselves this season, so Findlay will have plenty to focus on. But he is clearly carrying last May with him, and there is something about that which adds an extra edge to the first meetings between the two clubs when the Premiership resumes. That's all the latest Celtic news for today. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below with your thoughts. I'll see you in the next one. Hail, hail.